Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation.
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this the show. Hey, don't forget to like, listen, subscribe. Thank to everybody that's already subscribed on all our pages across social media. Don't forget our sponsor, Doc Loves the Kids, Crime Scene Seasoning. You know it goes to a good cause, and it's delicious. You can ask my love handles. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm good, man.
How was your 4th of July?
It was great, man. You know, what I do for the 4th of July is I buy a bunch of mammoth smoke bombs that burn for like 5 minutes, and I go by the park and I take like 6 of them and throw them in the road and obstruct traffic. I love it.
Hey, 4th of July is looked at as an Independence Day for many, you know, for the total overall country. Of course, you got Juneteenth, which is, you know, our official true Independence Day. But
Freedom Day, actually.
In the spirit
There's a difference. One is independence from another country, and one is freedom from bondage.
Yeah, let's start there. You know what I mean? Let's start.
That's exactly what it is. So it's crazy how many people don't take the day off. They're like pro-slavery. So I'm like, eh.
But in spirits of independence and freedom, I heard there's a story about.
Yeah, so Trump, he's denying knowing about Project 2025. And it's his allies' sweeping plan to transform the U.S. government. So we've already reported here on Project 2025. We did about a month ago. We tried to get it ahead of the curve so people can be aware of it. But it says Donald Trump distanced himself Friday from Project 2025, a massive proposed overhaul of the federal government drafted by longtime allies and former officials in Trump's administration. Days after the head of the think tank responsible for the program suggested there would be a second American revolution. He said, Trump says, I know nothing about Project 2025. He posted on social media website. I have no idea who's behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. And that was his statement.
Yeah, I'm not convinced, man. I know that they have a whole outline of things that pretty much spells out that he knew about this. He's a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so I just
the thing for the Project 2025 is they didn't expect him to win the first time. Because, you know, last time before when Obama was running, he kind of got in there a little bit, then got out. Like, you see what happened? But he won, so they didn't have anything set in stone. So they were kind of just winging it. And he didn't have the people around him. So this time, this is his playbook of what they're going to do as soon as he wins or whatever. And him denying it is weird because, you know, they're saying his super PAC is running ads promoting 2025, calling it Trump's Project 2025. His top aide and former guy, John Inty, is the guy behind Project 2025. And his press secretary is starring in recurring recruitment ads for Project 2025.
Yeah. I mean,
and we have video of it. Hold on. And this is video of Trump just at the Heritage Foundation, you know, saying he needs them.
Yeah, this was during the, I think, right after the 2016 elections, after he'd won, and he's trying to get his tax cuts passed through.
Yeah, let's play the clip. See, you can't hide from the media these days.
Absolutely. I mean, he knows about this. It's really looked at as, look at his agenda overall. They've already talked about how we're overregulated. And if you really look at what the Heritage Foundation is asking for, the Supreme Court just gave him the okay for that with overturning all these different laws, the Chevron, the SEC rules, basically saying that these taking power away from all of our regulatory agencies. And now he's already talked about coming in. The Heritage Foundation has talked about coming in and replacing massive swaths of government, you know, workers with just people who they want to put in there. And then they've said that, you know what, who cares? We'll just wait for the court to rule on it. But we all know if they take it to the Supreme Court,
they're just going to side with him.
What's going to happen? We see it already.
Remember the last time he got rid of regulations, it was trains. You know what I'm saying? Like he got rid of the regulations that make it safe for trains to travel. And once he did that, we saw what started to happen. Remember in Ohio? Are we forgetting about what happened? The biggest chemical disaster in American history. The Ohio River was poisoned. Acid was raining from the sky because some bigwig was like, hey, man, can you get rid of these regulations because it's kind of hurting my pocket? We have these regulations in place. Do they help everyone? No. Does it make it hard for everybody? Yes. We should tackle that. We should talk about that. Yeah. But you just don't get rid of everything.
I mean, you look at what goes on in other countries. They have like I'll say a apartment. Say if they have an earthquake and an apartment complex falls down, they might lose 10,000 people. I mean, in China, sometimes they lose 40,000 people. You know, of course, China has a lot more people than we do, but the fact of the matter is our regulations are what are in place to be able to say, hey, we expect you to have this much bracing, or this is the way these buildings need to be built in order for this building to withstand this earthquake or this tornado or whatever the case may be. People were amazed and awed by it, which I am too in a lot of sense of just different infrastructural projects that they've been able to accomplish, and how quickly they're able to accomplish them in countries like China. I mean, especially China. They can build a apartment complex in a day. It looks like Legos they pretty much putting up. But at the same time, how safe is it? They building bridges that we're looking at. We're in awe of these bridges. How safe is it? They're right now running into huge problems, I think, in northern or northeastern China, where they're having massive flooding going on. We got climate change happening that's coming in, and and also man-made things as far as us fracking, all the other kind of things, pumping, drilling for oil, are bringing more earthquakes. Look at what's going on down in Texas and other places like that, where they're having more earthquakes down there. In places where they normally don't have those amount of earthquakes.
Well, Texas weather's been off too. I remember they've been having like freezing temperatures, you know what I'm saying? And that's just not normal.
It's not normal.
Not
normal. You look at, this is kind of off subject. I know we're getting a little bit off, but you look at what happened down in that category.
It's all relative.
Earthquake.
It's all relative.
Absolutely. Not earthquake. I'm sorry. That category 5 hurricane. They said this is the earliest they've had a category 5 hurricane. It's hit Grenada.
It's hit Jamaica.
Hit all those places. Now, this is the earliest they've ever had, like by far the earliest they've ever had this heavy of a hurricane.
Yeah, usually that happens. Hurricane season, kind of like September, August.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So it's like I said, man.
I mean, even here in Washington, we're having a heat wave right now, and it just hit July.
Yeah, if we don't want to, I feel like regulation keeps us safe. I'm not saying all regulation is good. I think there's a lot of things that we maybe do over-regulate for money purposes, money grabs that do hurt small businesses. I agree with that 110%. But our regulation is what makes it so that we're not worried about, we worry about the food we eat because we got crap food. I mean, we just do. We should have our
our food should be better regulated.
Absolutely. But there's just things we don't have to worry about as a country when it comes to our, like lead inside of our, or something, inside us, a drink that we're drinking or whatever the case may be. Other countries probably don't have to worry. I go out the country as well, and they don't have to worry about that at all because their food is way better than ours.
Yeah.
To be real with you.
But I mean, it's just, it all comes back to the same thing. It's like, look, this stuff is in place. They want to get rid of that. And that's just a fraction of this 900-page dossier that they have that they're going to use. I mean, like, and some of the words, it's like they're about to strip children from single women. Soon, I mean, think about it. They already took away women's rights to an abortion, right? What's next? Well, maybe women shouldn't be voting.
Yep. I mean, you look at them at the same time. Like you said,
remember they didn't let women vote until what, like the 30s or something like that?
They're trying to get rid of Department of Education. They're trying to get rid of these are important things, like, so they've already, look at in Florida. They've already gotten rid of just DEI. They've gotten rid of any kind of, they call it, what's it called when they talking about, I forget.
Oh, when they say,
when they're talking about things of color.
Critical race theory.
Critical race
Black history. They recently basically just got rid of Black history because it makes people feel bad about what their ancestors did.
It's crazy but it's
crazy to go home to grandpa's like, I love doing it.
But this is what's going to happen across the board, though. So we got to really pay attention and take this stuff very, very seriously. That's how
it should be serious, because I mean, there's one thing. I mean, we should always be progressing further as a nation. We shouldn't go back because a set of people don't like how the world is today. That's just, I mean, it's a crazy situation, and we're going to keep updating you on this because, I mean, why even deny it at this point? Because he knows it's not a popular thing.
Yeah. I mean, so at the end of the day, because he's hearing about it, everyone's talking to him about it. Everyone's like, what is this? He knows this is his greatest weakness, is his agenda. His agenda is not for all the people. But
it's not a popular agenda. Basically, only 30% of America actually agrees. Yeah, maybe a little more. 30% of America actually agrees with their policies. They don't have enough people that like it for it to pass. So they're gonna force this on us. Just like they did they're not going to let you vote on it.
It's already been passed by the Supreme Court's already given them the power.
Yeah.
They can just send it through. He can probably do executive orders for a lot of this stuff. And if he gets the House or the Senate, it's a wrap. It's over with.
Well, they said on the Project 2025, they already want to give him the power where he doesn't even have to go through them to pass anything. So it's basically a king.
Yeah.
A dictator or whatnot.